New at 6, heavy rainfall across the tri-states has caused flooding issues for many tri-state residents. They've dealt with flooded basements, with some locations receiving more than 5 inches of rainfall. ServPro of Quincy has completed 28 jobs for flooded basements and are still receiving calls. Excessive rainfall can also affect more than just basements.
Heavy rainfall can affect a lot of things, especially if your gutters are clogged. You need to make sure those are cleaned out because all that overflow water will come up against your foundation and come in through the foundation, which then is not a covered loss.
Now, he added, if your basement is flooded, be careful when entering because water is highly conductive. If electronics are plugged in and touching water, simply stepping on a carpeted surface could lead to electrocution.